was 19,204. We were sold out. The gate was 9.75 million. The performance of the night went to Gomes and Duplessis, and then the fight of the night was Moreno-Pantoja. I know you guys are probably going to ask me about Hooker. He did break his wrist. His wrist was broken in the second round. And Moreno did break his hand first round. Who's got the first question? John Morgan. What's happening, bro?
Not much, man. Dave, talk about the main event, Alexander Volkanovski. I know you just put Jose Aldo in the Hall of Fame, but Volk might be the greatest featherweight of all time. Just what did you think of his performance this evening and kind of where he stands?
Total domination, man. He looked incredible. You know, and I can't remember if it was a big straight right hand or left hand. He took, looked like it shook him a little bit, but he didn't even stop. He kept going, and yeah, I mean, he put on an unbelievable performance tonight. And Yair is so talented, and you know, Volk even at the end there started to strike with him, stayed on the outside of you know, Yair was trying to keep him on the outside, hitting him with some big shots, and Volk was willing to stand with him. The guy is an absolute freak. He's incredibly talented.
Yeah. He said he's going to have surgery, so we know he's going to be out for a while, but he keeps talking about he wants to go back to lightweight and get that. You know, when he comes back, do you think he's better off staying at featherweight, or do you have interest in seeing him make that lightweight move again?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, let's see how the surgery goes and what happens. And, you know, he's at one of those places now in his career. Whatever he wants to do, what are we going to say? You know what I mean? This guy's literally proven himself a million times. Many people believe he won, you know, the Islam fight. Whatever he wants to do, we'll probably roll with it. Yeah.
Pantoja, obviously fight of the night, incredible title fight there. Just what did you think of him tonight? You know, Jonas got something.
Yeah, we sent both those guys straight to the hospital as soon as that fight was over. Absolute dog fight, incredible war. Nothing but respect for both guys. Amazing fight.
It's a unique position, right? Because a fight that great, a champion losing the belt, close fight, great fight, you might want to do a rematch, but they fought 3 times already.
Right.
So does that kind of eliminate the opportunity, or was that good enough that maybe they could go for it?
It's like the Figueiredo fight. I mean, it's so good. I don't know. I honestly don't know the answer to that question right now, but I don't think there's anybody on earth that wouldn't want to see that fight again. It was so good and so close.
Have to ask you about Israel Adesanya coming into the cage tonight. Dricus Du Plessis, the big win. I guess the decision to bring him in, not something you do all the time.
Well, there was a big debate over it. I didn't want to do it. First of all, what I don't like to do is when you have somebody like Du Plessis who just big win for him. You know what I mean? He just beat the second best guy in the world in that division, and then you know somebody's going to get in their face and get aggressive with him again after they just got done getting out of a war. But Adesanya and I had a debate over it, and he promised me that nothing crazy would happen, so we did it.
You know, I know you say, hey, this is the fight business. People say nasty things, right? But the tension between those two and kind of the racial undertones and all those things, how do you...
What were the racial undertones?
Dricus says he's the real African fighter, and so, you know, Israel dropped some N-words in there tonight.
So what was the racial? Who did? Who dropped the racial?
Israel was saying over and over, yeah.
He's black.
50 N-bombs.
Okay, he's black. Who gives a shit?
I was going to say, so you don't have any concern about the way the build-up, the tension between those two?
I could care less. This is the fight business. Israel Adesanya can say whatever he wants to say. Who gives a shit? Why, are people bitching about that?
Some people,
of course they are. Oh, fucking A. All right, got it. Yeah. Too fucking bad.
All right.
Yeah.
Last thing for me, then, that's a fight that everybody wants to see. Is 9 weeks in Sydney a possibility? We haven't seen Dricus yet, so we don't know what kind of condition he's in. Is that a possibility, or is that too soon?
I don't know. We got to see. I mean, when you come out of a night like tonight, these fights were all tough wars. They were, you know, we'll see how these guys feel. And again, when you come out of a fight like this, you know, like Pantoja and Moreno and Duplessis, and you got to give these guys a couple weeks to go home and relax and, you know, let their bodies heal and spend some time with their families. And it's just things that you just don't talk about right after the fight. Yeah. Not that we haven't in the past, and you know you make a fight if a guy had a great night, or Robbie Lawler, if he wanted to fight again, there you go, you know what I mean? but he retired. So
Dana, to your left.
yeah. Thank you.
First of all, I want to ask you, it seemed like this was one of the best cards in a long time, top to bottom, where you had a lot of incredible finishes and whatnot. Can you put, maybe UFC 189 was another one of the cards. Is there any card that leaps to mind that compares to this one in terms of the amount of finishes?
I don't know off the top of my head. I mean, I know we've had some great cards. Tonight was just like that. Everybody knew it was a great card. This whole week, International Fight Week, tons of great stuff going on. And I just think that you couldn't have topped off a great International Fight Week any better than tonight. The energy in the place was off the charts. The fights were incredible. These kids fought their hearts out tonight. The Robbie Lawler story, how it unfolds and how he, retires. And yeah, it was the perfect night. It was awesome.
Off the top of your head, again, a question, it's a tough question. You look at Moreno and Pantoja and say that might be fight of the year. It seemed to me, especially through 4 rounds, it was just an incredible fight.
I don't disagree. And one of the things that listen, when you get like, I've been saying this for years, and I've been saying it leading up to this fight, the whole Mexico thing. When you get a Mexican from Mexico and they fight, the fan base is incredible. It's like England. It's like these other countries when they get behind their people. Ireland, whatever country you want to think about. It's fun when you have a real Mexican fight in a fight. The crowd's incredible. It's electric, and I don't even know what the hell you asked me, but
Was it fight of the year in your opinion?
oh yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it was up there. It was a great fight.
Yeah, I want to ask you about Volkanovski. Obviously, you said before he was tremendous and he's good. He seems like he's good in so many areas. Lene told me the other day when she mentioned there was 140 media people. He thought he had 100 more interviews to do, right? And he's the kind of guy that seems like he does good work in every area of his responsibility. I wonder if you could just kind of comment on sort of him as not just a fighter, but as a company man for you guys.
Well, it's that whole team that he comes from. When you look at Israel Adesanya is ready to fight anybody, anywhere, anytime. Him and Payne had that back and forth for a long time. He didn't care. He wanted to fight him. Volkanovski's willing to fight anybody. When you look at Volk, every guy he fights, reach and the size and reach advantage that everybody has on him. Doesn't care. He's a savage. He gets in there and he handles his business. Hooker tonight breaks his wrist in the second round. I didn't even know. I had no idea. Rogan and those guys must have hurt him in the corner. That whole team is badass.